Talking about the human race. We're talking about the beginning of the human race. We spoke about Lyrans, how they originated, the the first bipedal human looking uh, physical vessel, and then the seeding on Tiamat, where those vessels are closer to a human. Uh, Not saying that lions were not human, of course, they were human, but the DNAs were changed through the millions of years. And now we reach the point in this chapter, the beginning of humans, from the book Illuminati Hidden Agenda, which contains illuminated knowledge. Link in the description, or I'm sorry, in my bio, and it's completely free. That we're talking about this beginning of this human vessel, the incarnation of the light ones coming through involution, taking these human vessels or Lyran vessels. But now I want to point something important out, that we have been told about the negative. And obviously these things are very negative, but there we have to have an expanded mind and approach it and have the perspective from a higher plane of existence where they provided a role duality, and not all of them are bad. Some have ascended, some have had those incarnations, those because the human vessel, I'm sorry, the physical vessel is only that, it's carrying the energy. It isn't who they truly are. So we need to look at the soul. And many of these souls have left their regressive ways and sought out incarnations in other physical vessels. Let's pick up where we left off, chapter 7, the beginning of humans. I wanted to start out with that important message. I would like to point out one thing before moving to the next chapter. Please notice that the physical form is only a vessel to carry our consciousnesses. Everyone has been programmed by the draconians into thinking that our physical bodies are everything and that there is nothing beyond that. They are scared that humanity is waking up and realizing that what the draconians have done. They will have billions of multidimensional humans unlocking their DNA, looking for redemption. Pause there. Scary for them. They're scared. They're scared. The few are controlling the many, but the many are starting to wake up. What do you think they're thinking right now? Of course, they're grasping at anything. Fear agenda, Agenda 2130 to be completed in 2030. Let's continue on. Do not forget that we are all consciousness that came from Source. We are evolving to eventually return to Source. This is our purpose, and our consciousness will return to Source. The physical body is only an expression of our consciousness. The physical body that you see in the mirror is only your consciousness giving attention to this moment in time and space. This attention that you are giving to your physical body second after second is why we are perceiving time. Let us not be racist to another human or a non-human just because of their physical makeup. That body that your neighbor has may have been similar to a physical body you had in another experience or that you will have in a future experience. Look beyond the physical and into the soul or consciousness. Look for the state of mind that they are in. In other words, look at the density that their mind is in. Whether you see a human, a tall gray, short gray, Palladian, or Andromedan blue being, keep in mind that we are all expressions of Source having a unique experience, and you may have or already had the same physical body that you are looking at. Let's pause there. We're having multiple incarnations. So you looking at a physical body of someone in the street and being racist against them because of the way they look, whether they're a reptilian, tall, gray, or whatever, you are lowering your frequency. Your expansion of mind isn't there. We need to remember that you could have go through a past life regression. You could have had an experience in that same physical body. And you can see, let's just say you were a reptilian and you did horrible things. Let's just say you go through a past life regression and you will realize I was indoctrinated. From birth, I was instilled to have fear, no connection to source, no emotions. You are the victim. Despite all of the horrible things you may have done to Lyrians, let's just say. Even you as a human, what bad things have you done? Or in past lives, as a human, what did you look like and what bad things you have done? We need to have that expanded mindset, the higher frequency. The physical means nothing. It's the soul, it's the consciousness behind it, directing it. You could you can be in a reptilian physical form and still be working on your ascension and have a higher state of frequency, your mentality. Let's go one more paragraph. One last note. Humans are not only on Earth. The seeding happened on Earth, but it does not mean that they never had groups leave Earth to colonize other planets. Pause there. Now, this original seeding happened in Tiamat. I mentioned this earlier, but we're talking now later on. So that's, if you don't see the whole story, it can be a little confusing. I may want to change that in the book. I wanted to mention that in case some may feel that Earth should be partial to humans and reject all extraterrestrial races from other star systems. 13 Black Knight fighter ships orbit the Earth, and they are piloted by humans from Alpha Centauri. That's right, the Black Knight that people have seen pictures of has a human inside from a different planet. Let's finish this up. From what I understand, the DNA is indistinguishable between an Earth-born human and a human born in the star constellation of Alpha Centauri. The Draconians have been trapped on Earth, but now it is up to us to remove them from our society. More on those details later. So notice how I say the Draconians, not the Reptilians. Anyone associated with the Orion group, the regressives, doesn't matter what they look like physically. Whether they look like a reptilian, whether they look like a Palladian, a Lyrian, whatever, you pick your flavor, Alpha Centaurian, gray, it is their soul's purpose, their consciousness, their mental state, their frequency, their oscillation of frequency, what matters. The Draconians, their agenda, need to go. Much love to all my star seasons. Continue the hard work.